Good morning, children. In today's class, we will see how Archimedes' principle can be utilized for calculating the relative density of a substance. Before doing this, let's see or recall what is density and relative density. You all very well know that density is defined as mass per unit volume. That means density is equivalent to mass upon volume. The SI unit of density is kilogram per meter cube. CGS unit of density is gram per centimeter cube. These two are related to each other by 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 10 to the power of 3 kilogram per meter cube. Now, when you talk of relative density, basically relative density is a term used for comparing density of the substance, and to find the relative density we use the comparison with respect to water. So you have relative density of a substance is defined as the ratio of the density of the substance to the density of water. So I can write relative density of substance is equal to density of substance upon density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Mentioning 4 degrees Celsius is important over here because if some of you can recall, we have always considered density of water as 1 gram per centimeter cube. But the density of water 1 gram per centimeter cube is only at 4 degrees Celsius. If the temperature is less than 4 or more than 4, then the density of water is not 1. Now, if you see that it is density of the substance upon density of water, so the units will cancel and this happens to be a pure number, or I will say relative density has no unit. And we can just check out. See, you know, all of you, we have been studying, we have been talking about mercury and we have often written down the density of mercury. So you all know that density of mercury is equal to 13.6 gram per centimeter cube, and density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube. That means relative density of mercury is equal to 13.6 gram per centimeter cube upon 1 gram per centimeter cube, right? So what do I get? 13.6. So over here you can see that there is no unit for relative density, and I am getting the relative density of mercury as 13.6, which means that mercury is 13.6 times heavier than water. Okay, now that means that in case I need to calculate the density of any substance, I need to know the mass of the substance and the volume of the substance, right? Mass of the substance, I can use a beam balance and a spring balance, and to find the volume of the substance, if it is a symmetrical body, then I can use a formula, but if it is not a symmetrical body, then I have to use the displacement method. That means to know the density, I need to know mass and volume. Now, If we use Archimedes principle, then it becomes much easier. So let's see how we can use Archimedes principle to determine the relative density of a substance. Okay, now do you recall the Archimedes principle? Archimedes principle stated that when a body is wholly or partially immersed in a fluid, it experiences an upthrust or loss in weight, which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced. So important thing over here for you to remember is that the upthrust is equal to loss in weight, and that upthrust equal to loss in weight is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced. Now see, let's come back to the formula of relative density. Relative density is equal to density of substance upon density of water. Right? Now, density is what? Mass upon volume. So I can write this as mass of substance upon volume of substance divided by mass of water upon volume of water. Isn't it? Now see, if you are talking about this thing, we will have, for comparison, we have to have equal things. So we have over here volume of substance is equal to volume of water. Right? That means we will have to consider the same volume of water. So over here, children, this and this will be eliminated. So I will have relative density is equal to the mass of the substance upon mass of same volume of water. Okay, so relative density is finally being written as mass of the substance upon mass of same volume of water. Now children, if I multiply and divide the numerator and denominator by G, right, that means into G and into G. What is M into G? M into G gives me the weight. And you know, dividing and multiplying by the same quantity doesn't change the value of the fraction. So I have relative density is equal to weight of the substance upon weight of same volume of water. Now that means finally we have written relative density in the format weight of the substance upon weight of same volume of water. Now, you all know that if you immerse any solid in water, then what is going to happen? There is going to be apparent loss in weight, and due to the upthrust, which is equal to the weight of equal volume of water displaced. So that means I can say that relative density, weight, what was relative density? I have erased it out. So relative density was weight of the substance upon weight of equal volume of water. Isn't it? Now see, if I take a solid and immerse it in water, then I told you there will be an upthrust which is going to be equivalent to the loss in weight. So over here, so relative density is equivalent to, now I can say, weight of substance in air upon loss in weight in water, right? So I have replaced weight of equal volume of water by keeping Archimedes' principle in mind, that whatever weight of whatever volume of water is displaced, that weight is equivalent to the loss in weight of the substance in water. So that means I can write relative density is equal to weight of the substance in air upon, what is loss in weight? Loss in weight will be written as weight of the substance in air minus weight of substance in water. So that means now my formula for relative density was density of the substance upon density of water. I have used Archimedes' principle, and finally I can find the relative density of the substance by using weight of the substance in air upon weight of substance in air minus weight of substance in water. This, I hope you all know, is loss in weight, and loss in weight is equivalent to the weight of the equal volume of water. Now see, this is going to reduce the work. That means if I need to know relative density, I told you, you will be needing the mass of the substance, you will be needing the volume of the substance. Now I don't need to calculate all these things. I simply need to take a body, find its weight in air, and then find its weight in water, and I will be able to determine the relative density of the substance. Now let's see how we can calculate the relative density of different substances using this formula, which has been obtained with the help of Archimedes' principle. So first we will proceed to determine the relative density of a solid heavier than water. Now see, I have written heavier than water. What does this mean? That means I am talking of those solids which will sink inside the water. That means which will be able to go. See, all the solids that we have, there will be some solids which will be floating on water. So for the time being, we are concentrating ourselves on those solids which are going to be heavier than water. That means they will be able to sink in the water. So I will need a spring balance. So let's say this is a spring balance, right? And we'll hand the solid over here. So what will the pointer indicate? The pointer will indicate the weight of solid in air, and let's say I denote it by the symbol W1. So I have weight of solid in air as W1. Then I will take a beaker containing water, and now I will immerse the solid in the water. Now what will I get? I will get the weight of the solid in water, and which obviously will be lesser, because you know there will be an upthrust acting. So my second reading, this I am getting as W1, here I get as W2. So I get weight of solid in water, and this is equal to W2. Now to find relative density, what was the formula? Relative density is equal to weight in air upon loss in weight, or weight in air minus weight in water. That means now I will have W1 upon W1 minus W2. So in this way by finding the weight of the solid in air and then the weight of the solid in water, I will be able to obtain the relative density of the substance by substituting those values in the formula W1 upon W1 minus W2. Isn't it? Well, now we can proceed to find the relative density of a solid lighter than water. Now see, those solids which are lighter than water, they will not go inside the water. So it will become very difficult to, find their weight in water. So what we do is, for these solids, we tie them to something heavier which will force the solid to go inside the water. That something heavier which we use, we call it as a sinker. That means if I want to find the relative density of a cork, you all know the cork will never go inside the water as such. It is lighter than water. But if I tie the cork with a piece of iron, then it will go inside the water. That piece of iron is known as sinker. So that means to determine the relative density of a solid lighter than water, we will also need a sinker. So what we do is, first of all, to the spring balance, we suspend a piece of iron and immerse it in a beaker containing water. Now, what will this give me? This will give me weight. Now see, this is a piece of iron. I told you we'll call it a sinker. So what will this give me? This will give me weight of sinker in water. Right? So now I have got weight of sinker in water. Now what I will do is, I will tie a cork over here. That means now I have a situation where my cork is tied over here and the sinker is in the water. So children, now what I get is, here I have written weight of sinker in water W1. We assume it to be W1. Now I have weight of cork. Where is the cork? Where is the cork? The cork is in air. So I have weight of cork in air, and sinker is where it was. It is still in water only. So weight of cork in air plus weight of sinker in water. This is giving me W2. Now see children, in this first step, I have weight of sinker in water. In the second one, I have weight of cork in air plus sinker in water. If I subtract these two, then don't you feel weight of sinker in water and weight of sinker in water will eliminate? And what am I left with? Weight of cork in air. That means if I want to find the weight of cork in air, then it will be W2 minus W1. I hope this is very clear to all of you. We all know that we need what? We have taken a sinker, we have found its weight in water. The sinker is still in the water, but we have put a cork in the air. Now, when we subtract these two, we get the weight of the cork in air. And in the last step, what we are going to do is, in this spring balance, we are going to attach the cork and the sinker both together. Okay, that means now the cork is tied along with the sinker. Now since it is tied along with the sinker, children, it will go inside the water. So the sinker has forced the cork to go inside the water. So what I am going to get in this step? I will get weight of sinker in water plus weight of cork in water, isn't it? W3. Now see, to determine the relative density, I needed weight in air. So I got the weight in air from these two readings, which was W2 minus W1. But I also need the weight of cork in water. So weight of cork in water. Now you tell me, how will you get the weight of cork in water? Well, you can see here I have weight of cork in water. But along with this weight of cork in water, I also have weight of sinker in water. So I need to do what? I need to eliminate the weight of sinker in water. That is possible when I utilize this and this, the first reading and the last reading. So what will I get? I'll get weight of cork in water as W3 minus W1. Right? So now I have weight of cork in air as well as I have got the weight of the cork in water. So now the relative density of cork is equal to weight of cork in air upon weight of cork in air minus weight in water. So I already know the weight of cork in air is W2 minus W1, and weight of cork over here in air again will be W2 minus W1 minus weight of cork in water is going to give me W3 minus W1. So by substituting the values, we will get the relative density of the cork. Okay, now see, in this particular method, what have we done? This method was to determine the relative density of the solids which are lighter than water. So we have utilized a sinker. Sinker is something which will force that body to go inside the water. So first what did we do? We determined the weight of sinker in water, right? Then we took a cork and we tied it to the thread. We got the weight of cork in air plus weight of sinker in water as W2. Then these two readings helped us to obtain weight of cork in air W2 minus W1. Then we tied the cork with the sinker and we got weight of sinker in water plus weight of cork in air. Sorry, weight of the cork in water, W3. So weight of cork in water was subtraction of these two and I get W3 minus W1. So in this way, we were able to determine the weight of cork in air as it is was of no problem, but we needed to eliminate the sinker. We needed basically the weight of cork in water. For that we use the sinker and we need to eliminate that weight. So sinker, you must have observed, then all the three readings was inside the water only, right? So this is the method to determine the relative density of a solid which happens to be lighter than water. Now we'll proceed to find the relative density of a liquid. Now what will you do? You will immerse the liquid in water? Yes? It is that which you are thinking of? Well, there will be a slight change in our methodology over here. We will now determine okay. Now what have we we are going to do is, we are going to take any kind of a substance, right, and find its weight. Okay, let's say this is an iron piece, a sinker only, so I can write weight of a solid. Okay, in here this is equivalent to what? W1. Then what will I do is, I will take the liquid whose relative density I need to find. So I will immerse this solid into the liquid whose relative density I need to find. This is liquid. So now what do I get, children? I will get weight of the solid in liquid. This is W2. Next, what will I do? I will determine the weight of the solid in water. So again, third step will be, I will immerse this solid in water. Right? So I will get weight of the solid in water. Right? This is W3. Now I have got these readings. If I need to find relative density, then we need to know what? We need to know relative density is equal to mass or weight of the liquid, right? We need to know the weight of the liquid upon weight of equal volume of water, isn't it? Now, when you have equal volumes of liquid and water displaced, that means we had taken this, the same thing was immersed in the liquid and same thing was immersed in the water. The volume is the same, so the volume of liquid displaced is equal to the volume of the water displaced, isn't it? So that means volume of the liquid and water displaced by the sinker are same, and the apparent loss in weight in liquid or water is equal to the weight or the liquid. It will be equal to the weight of the liquid and the weight of equal volume of water. So over here we will get loss in weight in liquid upon loss in weight in water, right? Since they are displacing equal volumes, that means loss in weight in liquid. This is weight in air, this is weight of the solid in liquid. So what is the loss in weight in liquid? It will be W1 minus W2. Next I need loss in weight in water. So this is the weight of solid in air and this is the weight in the water. So I will get W1 minus W3. So if I need to determine the relative density of liquid, then remember we don't have to put the liquid inside the water. We'll have to take an object and we will find the object's weight in air and then in the liquid and then in the water. When it is in the liquid or the water, remember the volume of the liquid displaced will be equal to the volume of the water displaced. So when I need the weight of the liquid, I will find the loss in weight in liquid upon loss in weight in water. So I get W1 minus W2 upon W1 minus W3. So with this we can end our today's session, and we have today learned how to use Archimedes principle to determine the relative density of a substance, right? And you will remember that relative density of the substance is equal to weight in air upon loss in weight, or weight in air upon weight in air minus weight in water. Okay, good afternoon children. We will meet next time.